I've come to the conclusion that it's going to be a slow ride to being monetized on YouTube. I don't have the charisma as the YouTube icons I watch. I like them, but I'm not as smooth as a lot of these people are. And apparently, it's just going to take a long time, according to them. And to myself, they've said that it takes time. I'm watching people that actually planted their seeds into YouTube uh, a couple of years before they actually got together. So it's just a long ride, and I might as well just relax and just improve as I go along, because you have to factor in your life schedule to be working here on YouTube to get any kind of views. I don't have the charisma as some of the people that I watch, so it's not going to be. Um, I don't have that charisma yet, so it's going to take a while. I've got things going on in my own house to declutter here, and so it's just I just have to wait and hope that it gets better. But I really like it because if you look at it long enough, YouTube is like therapy. You speak your mind, you say what's on your mind, you deal with situations that are going on in your life, and you just try to make it entertaining enough for people to want to look at and come back to see, well, what's going on with that old guy? Well, the old guy is okay. I helped my cousin today. She went to the supermarket. She didn't have a car. She's way older than I am, and but she got something strange going on where she doesn't say that she doesn't want to drive anymore, but she's just not driving anymore. And so I don't know if it's come down to paying for registration and inspections for a car. She may just not want to do that. And she's a very intelligent person, so I don't too much ask her anything about that. I just know she needs some help, and I was there, and we went to Aldi's, and oh wow, she is a true woman when it's shopping, a true old time style woman that wants to look at everything, pick up everything, touch it, feel it, make sure it's right. She goes in with a list, and it's great. I mean, it's great to what she does, but I don't do anything like that. And she expects everybody to actually do stuff like that. I don't shop like that. I just go ahead and pick up what I want and call it a day. But I think it all has to do with finances and her being a bookworm, and she minds her money in peace, so she judges the price of everything. She's a hardcore consumer shopper, and shopping with her is a long time. I started at 10 o'clock in the morning, didn't leave my dear sweet cousin till 3 o'clock. And then I didn't shop with her out there because it would have been just that much longer and confusing. So I had to leave and go shopping for myself because we're supposed to have a storm coming in tomorrow. Well, I had a good time with her, and it was good exercise. I programmed myself to get out there and hang with her, and we went to the garden shop at Lowe's and Home Depot. I just don't do the normal stuff that people would do like that, and she had me out there doing all of this normal stuff that, but I just it just doesn't. I just don't do it, and just like I'm different from her, I'm very different from other YouTubers, so I don't expect myself to really be a bona fide success yet. And I'll give myself a year, but YouTube is almost like therapy. You just have to get on here and talk, say what's on your mind, and that's what I can do. I have no problem with that. But um, I'm learning YouTube every day. I've listened to a couple of people who've given expert tips and learned something. I learned how to actually add languages to the text for people to look at. I didn't realize people looked at the languages in other countries, look at your videos. Um, this one young man that I ended up following, he was real good about explaining that. He says, they're not, he said, the other YouTubers are not going to tell you this. And they're not going to let you know that you can add on China to subtitles. You can add on Germany. You can add on Haitian. You can Japanese. And so I've been adding that on and seeing if that will perk it up. But being brand new, this year is my first year, and we're just into February, and I didn't get started till mid-January, so I hadn't even got a full month in yet. But it's getting there. And so, but that was a good lesson I learned from him. So I'm going to keep watching his channel to see if I can get more tips. It's good to get these tips from the icons and the new people and the old people, because they can tell you stuff, but it can be very, very confusing to do. Like, it took me a minute to realize that one video I had didn't create a subtitle to add other countries on to it. So I couldn't do anything to add on that video, so I spent a lot of time trying to figure that out. And I went on Copilot, and it says sometimes it doesn't create a text for whatever reason. Either it didn't hear it right or just didn't pick it up. So I just said, well, I'll go ahead and get the others. I've done that, and see if that helps out, getting different countries to see if they can look at it. And maybe in the long run it might work out. But like I said, right now, my good people that I watch are definitely better than more. I'm not that smooth kind of guy, so. And plus, I got my name all messed up on here, so I gotta wait till March, so, to clear it up. But that's the good thing about it. I'm not monetized, so once you do that, leave your name alone, and don't change it when you get monetized. Just let it roll. So that's what I'm gonna do. And so today, after I dropped my cousin off, I did go and shop myself. Got a few things for the snowstorm in case it hits. I don't know. We're just in an area where sometimes it says it's going to snow and doesn't do a thing. I mean, it does a little bit of light dusting. And so this is the Charlotte area, the Carolinas. And so we miss a lot of the snow it snows around us, I guess because Charlotte generates so much heat, or just luck. But that's what's going on here. And but I've decided I'm gonna keep making my videos, even though I know I'm not as good as some of the other people are. So and it's gonna be good practice. And I do appreciate all the people that do give this advice. Some of it I can understand and it relates to me, and others I don't. I can't quite understand what they're talking about. But you have to give it a try to see what it is they're talking about. But I've got to listen to a few of my favorites today. Walter's got one out there, and I know DoorDash has got one, and Dante's got a couple he's been putting back out again on a regular basis. So I'll be looking at the ones that I like and subscribe to, and others too. So I become a YouTube fan too. So I used to just sit around when I got through at night about 10 or 11 o'clock watching Cartoon Network. And I love American Dad, and right now they've got Family Guy back. Family Guy on Comedy Channel, and and the network, Cartoon Network. So I don't know how that happened, but there it is. And so I used to watch that all the time, but now I just take my little tablet in there. I always keep a little tablet around, and I just set that down and watch it. I can watch it on my TV. I have a smart TV, and the smart TV will play it, but I don't have as much control over it as I do with my tablet. So I end up watching the tablet, the YouTube on there, and that's fun. So I I just I'm just glad to be able to do this. I don't, like I said, I don't have any delusions at my age that I'm going to be a superstar, but I just want to participate. You know, don't you? Wouldn't you like to just have a bunch of people just wait on what you're going to say? And I think maybe I just should talk about politics. That's a big thing. Seems as though every other person is talking about it, but I said that will come soon enough. But um, I'm going to really just talk about my habitat, my age, and did you say something about my age? Or as Joan Crawford would have said, he's getting old. But you know, I, age is a number, and uh, I still feel just as crazy and young as I did before. It's just that, well, you know, the world is ready to tell you. Oh, how you like my little goatee I got going on here? I just did that. I let that grow out a little bit. I don't know how long I'll let it stay. I haven't had a beard in a long time. When I was young, I had a big beard. You know, I had a good one. But as I got older, I just like the little round face that I have. And I used to dye my hair too. And but when my mom got sick, I didn't have time to really do all of that to keep my hair looking good. The appearances were not exactly what I needed to concentrate on, and it was just so much to do when I was doing it. But it looked good when I had it going on with that. I just loved it, and I kept for afro. That thing was nice. So now I just take my older guy look and go with it. And I think as you go along, you adjust. Like my barber, when I first started going to him, he was a young guy. He used to have the dreadlocks, and the dreadlocks are down there. It always, people with dreadlocks, when they pull them back, it always looks like their head is being pulled some kind of way, and especially when they put it in the back like that, and it's just like I just never did know how they could keep up with it. But he's now got hair shorter than mine, uh, and he was telling me one time. He says, I'm glad that I cut it off because he says I just like a lighter feel. He told me, he said it was heavy sometime on his head. So um, I remember when he was talking about cutting it off, and he wasn't sure about it. And then one day I came in and it was off, and he did it, and then once he cut it off, he realized he was kind of going bald. And so what he did was he has a medium brown, dark brown skin. Well, he went on and did something that barbers can do. I don't know if barbers do it or stylists, but they tattooed his hairline around his head. So he has like this permanent hair look on his head. And it looks real. You would never know it was tattoos that was around his head. And I had to give him credit. It worked out for him. And he went from one look that was hip for his age, and as he got older, he did that, and now he's got a nice little bald, not bald, but it looks like I think it is bald. It just doesn't look like it. It looks like mine, but it just, except no gray hair. So I don't know how I got on that, but I got a good barber. He's a good guy. Now, as far as posting every day, yeah, I'm still with it. I need therapy. Don't you? I do. So, I didn't realize this was good to do. Everybody should probably go ahead and just talk. Even if nobody looks at it, it could entertain somebody who's sitting along and say, "Let me look at this old guy," and just see what I'm saying. I'm sure I'll have more and different things to say as soon as I can get past this habitat thing. But I'm enjoying this new YouTube, and plus the way the country is, it's probably going to be a lot more people on YouTube to look at. So I'm keeping a check on that to see what people are saying. Um, so um, right now on my YouTube channel, I got one from Walter. Dante's got a new one out there. What if we're the black? What if there were no black people? Let's not think about that. And have you heard about this scam on Google email? Ah, sneaky new mail scam that's draining bank accounts. That's not good. So, let's see. What else they got? I'm getting more on my algorithm for myself. I get a lot more different things. I am still getting the main ones that I like, but you know that algorithm does change. So I sometimes see I sometimes see a lot of I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my screen here, but I sometimes see new people pop in, but it's always good to see your regular. It gives, in the daytime, it gives you, the algorithm gives you your regulars that you've subscribed to and want to see, and then it starts popping in every now and then a couple of the new ones that you subscribe to, or new people all in general. And then for me, later in the night, the algorithm does change. It changes to entertainment. Like, it knows I like old clips of Bewitched, old clips of Dark Shadows, music from the Supremes. It starts pumping that out later in the evening, that I guess it knows that's when I'm going to look at it. So, you know, there needs to be a documentary about how YouTube algorithm picks up the things that you're doing, because it's downright amazing. And so I see one I want to watch from Kevin Colby, how to make a YouTube video from ideas to upload. That should be good. Everybody needs a little help. Those are the ones I always get. I get wrapped up into those how-to videos. And but I'm doing better with not getting too far gone with it. And but like I said, I'm just I don't have that type of fast-paced talking that some people do. So I don't know if that's a deterrent or what, but I feel like I'm better at talking than I used to be, and I kind of like to put my glasses on when I'm doing this, because you know I just prefer. I notice some people do put on glasses on here, and it sometimes gives you a buffer. So sometimes you'll see me with my glasses on, and sometimes you won't, especially if I'm reading notes or something like that. And I'm on video IQ constantly, so you know you have to kind of back up and not let that obsess you, which is why I'm saying I'm not as good as my friends that I watch. So I'm not sure if I'll ever be. But, you know, you can always try, right? Well, listen, have a good day today. This was my consistent video and my therapeutic talk to myself. Have a good one. Thank you for dropping in.